guys, Zero here again. Got another unboxing for you, but this one, you know, I like it. It's gonna be pretty cool. I was just able to pick this up recently, so I took the chance. You know, I've been on the fence about one of these for a while, and I've been wanting to get some different scale RCs for my collection. You know, one of each, you know, certain scales. And this is a smaller scale. I think it's like 1/28 scale. So they're small. And I have an X-Mods racer from Radio Shack from back in the day. And they were cool. You know, they came with a bunch of cool body options and wheels and stuff like that. But performance-wise, they were, you know, using in the basement at best. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't really that good. So I decided to look into the Kyosho Miniz. And there was a shop locally here who sold them a while back, a couple years ago. But they have since changed up. You know, now they're focusing on crawlers and things like that. And then, you know, crawlers are pretty cool. I got one myself. But I've been wanting to get one of these, and the price tag has always kept me at bay because they're pretty expensive. I could actually buy a full-on Tamiya touring car or off-road buggy for the price of, you know, 1/10 scale, for the price of one of these little guys. But, you know, for my collection, it's just like, well, I'm going to get one of these because, you know, I want to have a very specific car body for it. So I picked it up. We're going to crack this open in a little bit. But it's from Kyosho, USA, and they sent it out to me. This is one of the Kyosho Miniz. You know, pretty decent sized box. It's actually pretty heavy for it being so small, but this is one of those all-inclusive, you know, ready to run kits, you know. So I believe I may have to have batteries, but for the most part it comes with the radio, the car, instructions and things. We're going to take a look. We're going to crack it open. We'll get over to the table and take a look at it. And the car itself, the kit I bought, these things are like almost like model kits. Like in the detail, they're so detailed. They're small, but they have so much detail. I'm almost afraid to drive it because you smash it, and these bodies are really expensive. You're talking 50 to 100, maybe even more, for some of the rarer ones. And one of the ones I was looking at is like a $60 body, but I love the car, and I can't find it anywhere else for a decent price, even as a die-cast replica, you know. You know, like the Matchbox size cars, the Hot Wheel size cars of it are in the hundreds already, you know, because it's such a famous car. But, you know, we'll crack this open, we'll take a look at it together, and, excuse me. How is it? And we'll see what you guys think. I mean, I don't think, and don't quote me on this, but I don't think I'm going to get a second one. I think this is pretty much it. Just, again, the cost is really high for these. I could get a 4-wheel drive one that's probably a little cheaper, you know, but with the models that they offer right now that are like in stock offering are like the initial D series, you know. So you've got the A86 and the RX-7 and, you know, things like that, and the Supra. But not looking for something like that. I was looking for an Evo, but the only Evo they have in the Kyosho line is the 10, and I don't like the Evo 10. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it's an Evo, great, but it's really not if you think about it. But anyway, let's get over to the table and crack this guy open. Alright guys, let's crack this bad boy open. See what we get. Sure why my knife keeps sticking. Get that shit sorted out. A box in a box. Cardboard cover, that's cool. Could use that for some drawing. And we've got the packing slip. Kyosho America. Cool, cool, cool. I remember asking a bunch of people online on my different groups, you know, which ones were the more solid options for these cars, and a lot of people were like, oh, if you've never driven them before, grab the four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive ones, because, you know, all the two-wheel drive ones are really fast and they're really hard to handle and whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, but I know that, like, the frames are a little different, right? Like, so they're not all, these bodies are not all universal with these frames, you know. So it is in a situation where if I bought a four-wheel drive, I could slap that body on there. I'd have to buy a bunch of extra shit to make this chassis compatible with that body. So I just made it easy on myself and got this chassis because of the body that I want to get for this kit. So, Kyosho Miniz ready set, rear wheel drive, open the box, cool, install battery, ready to run, your first radio controlled car. Nah, not really. My first second little tiny radio controlled car. Comes with the cones. That's kind of cool too, because you can practice some drifting. It's a nice box, you know, all things considered. But I mean, it is Kyosho, so they've been around in the game for a long, long time. And there is the car. It is the Mazda. What is it? Damn it! I had the name, and it's not even written on here. I apologize. I truly apologize, but it is, you can see it's a Le Mans body. Because the body that I want is the old Porsche 962C, the Nuremberg race winner. Look at those wheels, man. It's cool. Very authentic. Alright, let's crack it open and see, get a closer look at these parts. They have a Mercedes, like a gray Mercedes in the same style, like the Le Mans style, but this livery is just really fucking cool. And that orange and green just pops, you know. I love the teardrop bubble-shaped cockpit. Little antennas up there. These little guys, those are gonna snap. These little mirrors, that's gonna I'm gonna break those, I'm sure. I'm a terrible driver. We have instructions, which I'll definitely have to read on, you know, go through this, and really I'm going to really go through like with a fine-tooth comb, because I do not want to mess this. As much as this car costs, I don't want to mess it up on the first go. That would just be a shame. That's it. Box is empty. We've got our little plastic cones. You know, that's pretty cool. I mean, it may seem cheesy, but it's great because you can set up on the floor here. I could set up on the floor here in the basement. Here's some extra parts, I believe. These are probably shock stuff and maybe wheel mounting stuff. We'll find out. But this will help me learn how to drive this little car in a tight area. And this big bubble wrap bag has the radio. It's pretty cool. I'm doing something wrong, Kyosho. There we go. Takes 4 AA's and I believe the car takes the same amount, if not 2 AA's. It's actually really light, but I'm sure once you get the batteries in there, it'll pick up. It's a nice foam wheel. It's got some spring to it. There's trim controls. Throttle, steering. Okay, and this is a 2.4 gigahertz radio, so you know the distance traveling is going to be pretty good. You're going to be able to drive where you can see, so that's cool. Nothing else in there. All right, so that is that. Not a bad deal. You know, again, I know a lot of people that are like, you know, $175 for these cars. You know, that's a lot of money. But they're very, very detailed. The bodies are unique, you know, or not unique, but really great licensed bodies. And you can buy other bodies for it. I can get light kits for it. I can get different wheels, different tires, different, you know, internal components, carbon fiber components, you know. So it's definitely an interesting approach to the RC car. And as I said, I wanted to get something in this scale that was, you know, definitely more reliable than the predecessor that I have now. Let's see if we can get this bad boy out of here. Not exactly sure. There we go. And then you've got your twisty ties, which I hate, especially when they're wound that fucking much. You ain't got time for that. Sorry, twisty ties, not today. Get out of there. Come on. There you go. And there it is. It's beautifully designed, man. I mean, just awesome looking. Last thing, very, very thin. That looks like 4 AA's. You can feel the gear mesh in there. It's pretty good. So that's that. And here is the Lancer that I got from you know, Radio Shack. And I gotta say though, you know, yeah, it's a Radio Shack kit, but the detailing on the body is pretty damn good too. I mean, visually they're about the same as far as details go. I mean, granted, this is far more stunning. I mean, this bright orange and green just pops, and the type of car it is, it just, you know, screams racing, whereas this looks more subdued, more, you know, sleeper. So yeah, that's the deal. Not too bad. Hopefully soon I can get a quick running video of it for you guys, and you'll probably see me break it on the video. But yeah, that is a stunning looking car, man. Wow. I am impressed. And if the body that I'm looking to get is this good, at least, I'm gonna be super happy with this. But like I said, I don't plan on getting a second car. But that could change. You know how I am. I say no, and then the next thing you know, I've got like 5 of them. But no, I definitely like this. I'm going to show it off to the guys and see. Maybe some of them will pick some up and we can set up some kind of race circuit in the basement or something. But otherwise, yeah, this is for me just to have and, you know, maybe tool around with once in a while. It's a bit expensive, but it's not bad. They almost look like they're in the same scale, almost. You know, but there you go. That's the Kyosho Miniz with Mazda Le Mans body, and I'm digging it. I'm finally glad I got one. They're definitely really cool kits. And hopefully I can do some other videos soon. You know, some follow-ups. Either some running videos or some modding videos, depending on what I'm choosing to do with this thing. Again, I don't know if I want to mod it too much, you know, maybe just the bearings and stuff, because these parts are tiny too, and I got fat fingers. So, excuse me, we'll see. We'll get some, you know, some more footage of it for you guys. Alright guys, I appreciate you watching. As always, like, subscribe, share. And if you can donate, my email's in the description below. You can send me anything, like $1 would be awesome, you know, and much appreciated. Alright guys, thanks for watching.